What's up, everybody? We are back in the mix, episode 4. Cliff Notes, powered by Hoop Jargon. I start, the same way, man, just being gracious, man. I appreciate all y'all who've been checking the channel out. My subscribers have jumped way up since the last video. The views are pretty steady. And to be honest, I didn't think that topic would garner that same, that energy that it's garnered. But, man, I welcome it all, man. I really appreciate everybody who takes the time to listen to me talk shit about, the sport that I love near and dearly. And that's been so much to me, and that's basketball. I can't start this video without giving a shout out to my alma mater, Prairie View A&M University, out there in Prairie View, Texas, right outside of Houston. So for the historically black college graduates, or those who know somebody who went there, what have you, man, shout out to y'all, man. All right, so let's go ahead and roll into the program, man. So as we've seen, and again, I didn't think this is a huge deal, but I see a lot of people are passionate about this subject, so I'm going to try to always get the pulse of, what people want to speak about, and that'd be the topic of my show. So, as we see right now, a big topic that a lot of people are speaking about in my sports group, Hoop Jargon, shout out to HJ, is the Dwayne Wade dynamic with his son Zaire, not the one who's transgender, but the one who actually plays basketball. Zaire, who's at Sierra Canyon out here in California. So we have an issue right now with basically Zaire has not been getting minutes. And so D Wade went on NBA TV and said basically he's not going to that state championship game. And in a vacuum, that's kind of big. You're not going to your son's state championship basketball game. And so if you never really played sports like that, whether you play a lot or a little, it's a huge thing to go to the state championship, man. That's like the reason why you play basketball. Besides going to college, obviously, that's the stretch goal. But everybody says state bound. Like, everybody wants to win the state championship. That's what everybody says. Even if it's lip service, some teams ain't got an iceberg chance in hell, right? Everybody says they want to go to state. I mean, that's your goal. But, if you guys have not, followed high school basketball like that, Zaire Wade is a kid, I'm going to be honest. If his last name wasn't Wade, he wouldn't be a kid you'd ever know about. Excuse me. I mean, he's okay, man. Like, he's not a kid who can't play. He's not a kid who, I don't use the word sucks, but that's not the case with him. He's just not, he's your kid that, again, if his last name wasn't Wade, he'd be going to a junior college right now. He wouldn't have any profile whatsoever. He's just an average kid, man. I went to, when I was living in Dallas a few months ago, I went to the game when they played against Duncanville High School. Shout out to Duncanville out there in Dallas. So Sierra Canyon was playing them. Bronny looked better than Zaire. And now, granted, Zaire got hurt real early in that game. However, you watch him, he looks like a normal kid out there, man. And he's a senior, man. Like, and Bronny, what kind of to compare, he's a true freshman, playing out there. And so he look like a freshman kid. He's a guy you can have out there. You can tell he has a lot of skill, but, he's just a nervous guy who just want to do his role, which is excellent. You want that out of a young player. You don't want them going out there trying to do too much. Wade just looked like, he has a lot to work on. He has a whole bunch to work on. So I really wonder, how Wade, trains this kid. I'm not saying he doesn't, obviously I'm not there, but I just see an average kid at best, man. He kind of reminds me of Jeffrey Jordan, man, who's Michael Jordan's oldest kid. He ended up walking on to the University of Illinois. He wasn't that good, man. Now, Marcus, his second kid, was pretty good. He played at UCF. He had a pretty decent career. But Zaire reminds me of Jeffrey. Like, Jeffrey ended up being 5'10". That's crazy, man. Like, your daddy is Michael Jordan, dog. Michael M.F. and Jordan, right? No, I think he ended up being 6 foot. He capped out at 6 foot, man. He's just not very athletic. That's got to be tough, man. But at the same time, I'm sure he has that. I'm not sure what the brother's doing with his career or his life right now. But I'm sure his dad put him in great stead for him. Basketball is not the end-all, be-all. And especially to these brothers I'm speaking to, y'all got to understand that basketball is not the only way you're going to succeed in life, man. It's a vessel for you to learn life lessons. It's a vessel for you to grow from a fortitude standpoint, understand what teamwork is, understand what adversity is, overcoming adversity. Those are the things that basketball is supposed to teach you, because let's be honest, man, 1% or of our population is going to be good enough to go play professional basketball. So you got to understand the big picture with that. And so I think sometimes in our community we push being successful in basketball way too hard, man, because the numbers don't lie, man. 1% of us who play varsity basketball and beyond are good enough to go to college. And then you even take that to a smaller percentage of those who get to go to professional. So we got to be honest about that, man, and stop, getting so enraptured with sports or bust, that paradigm. Nah. So I say all that to say this. A lot of people are kind of juxtaposing this dynamic of Dwayne Wade and his being an overzealous father to how like Lavar would be. And I want to say this, man, again, man, I'm an ardent supporter of the Ball family, but at the same time, man, we got to understand the real grasp of this situation, and that is that I see a lot of people saying, oh, this is Lavar, y'all be having a field day. Oh, this is Lavar, y'all be dragging him right now, which is true. However, in the spirit of Lavar, man, he's a dude, he don't care about shit like that, man. That is like bullshit, media contrived, soft baby shit takes. And if you haven't, ascertained by now, that's not how Lavar moves, man. He's not a dude that cares about dudes who probably didn't have a father on TV talking about how a father is presiding over his household. Because, it's pretty easy to point these dudes out who are raised by women. It's easy. And I'm not saying nothing wrong being raised by a woman, but what you have to do is overcome that woman spirit that's in you if that's your case. So what you would tend to do is be over-emotional. You tend to over-project your feelings on something instead of just sit back and give sound evaluation. Just understand the dynamic. You know what I mean? And just having clarity, having a sense of logic instead of leading with your emotional altar. So I say all that to say this. I'm not too concerned about, again, being a supporter of Lavar, about using this to prop up Lavar because people they will not castigate Wade. Now, probably I should do more due diligence on my own. I don't know if Wade was raised by both parents, but I do see patterns from him, and I would assume that brother is probably raised by women. And what reasons, man. I'm not gonna get into like his other son, daughter, whatever you want to. Man, that's his business. But you can kind of see, painting his nails and the stuff he says and does, his mannerisms. It is what it is, man. And I'm not here to judge that brother. I'm not here to put him in a space where, like, he don't deserve the respect and the, common decency, that a man deserves. But that's just my honest assessment that he's probably raised by women. So what you'll see is people trying to, again, prop that up to try to, feel sorry for, the Ball family. And, man, listen, man, we can't be that way, man. Well, you shouldn't be that way. You should understand the big picture. You should understand the fact that Lavar has consistently shown that he does not care about people speaking negatively about what he has going, as far as his family, as far as his children, as far as whatever. And just D Wade is just being a dad, man. Like, a lot of people get so self-righteous with these arguments, and they just really don't be realistic. Dude, man, I've been around basketball, so I'm 36 years old. I've been around basketball since I was about 6. That is common modus operandi, man. All parents are it's basically 5 happy parents. You understand me? In a given situation, man, as far as the team dynamic is concerned. Maybe 6. The 6-man parents, like what's going on. Other than that, you probably got about a good another 7 to 8, 9 disgruntled parents, man, because their kid not getting the minutes that they in their mind deserve. You know what I mean? Like, that's normal, man. Like, that's just normal. Like, if you this sensitive and you think that Lavar is out of line for what he said about his, with Lonzo's coach out there, LaMelo's coach out there in Chino Hills, making this big hullabaloo or what have you. Man, don't ever go to an AAU game. Don't ever go coach AAU, man. Like, literally, I played professional basketball in Europe, played Division I basketball. I had parents telling me I don't know basketball. You know what I mean? So you got to understand, man, their number one issue is looking out for their baby, man. That's all they care about. And so Wade has been a dad right now, man. He going, he been a little emotional going on, on record online to state his disdain for his son not playing. I think deep down, Wade know his son ain't good enough. He has to. If you had this resolve about your transgender son, if you have that type of understanding about his feelings and emotions, you got to have the same type of understanding about your kid just ain't that good. I would think, sometimes I give people way too much credit of understanding, but I don't fault Wade, man. I don't think he's doing anything wrong per se. Now, I think me as a parent, I would be okay with the fact if my kid just ain't good enough, like, or if you felt that passionately about, your kid not playing, why not transfer your kid? Why you let them stay at that school for a whole year? It's a private school. You can take them to another private school. You're Dwayne Wade. You can pay. Come on, man. You know how the game goes. You grease the right pockets. Zaire can play somewhere else. But I think Wade wants that Confederate storyline with Bronny, which, is a good storyline. Him and Bron obviously are great friends. You want your son and LeBron's son to share that experience. But I would have looked another level over. Like, maybe they can play in college together. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been so gung-ho about them playing in Sierra Canyon alone. When if your kid ain't getting the minutes, transfer his ass. Send him somewhere where he can play. It's pretty simple, man. So, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is Wade putting his son on game to be successful beyond his high school basketball career. Because let's be honest, the reality is he's probably not going to be a professional basketball player. The ones who do make it, man, you're exceptional at this level right here. You're exceptional. You're exceptional. Zaire's not exceptional, man. He's barely, I wouldn't even say he's good. He's okay. He's an okay senior athlete. And it's very, very hard to go and get to the professional ranks from that area right now. I don't think he's even a one-star, recruit. So it is what it is. But again, D Wade's been a dad, man, and so I just want y'all to understand that, I'm seeing the tide before the storm, and don't use this to, excuse my French, promote bitch energy. Bitch energy. Oh, this is Lavar. Yo, this no. Lavar and Wade, again, man, to kind of drive home the point, they aren't built the same. They don't look at adversity the same way. They don't look for the victimhood angle. They don't look for emotion. Well, Lavar does it, obviously. As he told Shannon Sharp, man, it's move forward. Like, okay, this ain't the case. I'm gonna say what I say and move on. I'm not gonna sit there and harp on something I can't control personally. And as you saw, what happened when they had, the coach from Chino said he gonna change the way they presented that. You know what? I didn't even plan on making this same type of parallel, but what happened when, Lavar didn't like what the coach is gonna do? Took his son out, took his ass to Lithuania. So if you feel that passionately, don't protest the game. Take your son out and send his ass to a school where he gonna play. That's pretty simple. Now, simple-minded people won't like it. They'll say, oh, man, you just ruining your kid's career. Man, fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. You can't worry about what simple-minded, weak, soft people say about adversity. They don't know. All they do is just throw emotions all over the place. All they do is just project, again, their own lack of knowledge and insecurity on you. That's all they'll do. They follow the same program no matter what. So you can't worry about stuff like that if your goal is to better the stead of your kid. And so I would just, if I could sit down with Wade, me and Wade about the same age. I think he's a year or two older than me. It's like, dude, man, if you felt that way, man, you should take your kid out, send him somewhere else. He has the profile, may not have the game to go with it, but you take him to a lesser school, he'll go and kill. And that's kind of what it's about, man. You got to put your kid in the best situation to succeed if that's your said goal. And again, with Lavar, coach saying he's not going to let him shoot the shots he want, play at the pace he want, cool. LaMelo, we out. And that's okay, man. Live with the fallout. Live with people talking down. Like, at the end of the day, they'll say all this stuff about you. They'll talk all this shit on the internet, and they go about their life. But you still have to be accountable for your kid. You still have to be accountable for the upstanding development of your kid. So all they got to say, it's irrelevant, man. It's irrelevant. So just see it for what it is. So I'm interested to see if any comments come after this. But I just had to get in front of this, man. Like I just don't want, those to, who support the Ball family, who support Lavar, kind of keep that energy intact, man. Don't let this give you reason to be emotional and to be, just behave like, I'm gonna say it, behave like a I don't know, I won't say what I want to say. To behave less than manly. Let me say that. Don't let that do that to you. Understand that, if you do support the family, you do support what Lavar is about, you keep that going. Don't revert back to being soft because, it's an opportunity for you to kind of maneuver in that space and kind of, expose Wade per se, or use Wade as a vessel to kind of show the bias in the media. Because we know that by now, man. If you're any upstanding man, you know that the bias is there. Come on, man. Like, that's obviously they serve agendas that are not conducive to telling the truth. So just be vigilant in that stead, man. That's all I ask, man. So that's all we got for this one. I got another one coming up right down the pipeline. So I'm gonna keep these videos going out. If y'all like them, man, keep letting me know. I really appreciate all the DMs, all the comments, man. Y'all keep it going, man. Again, anything you see or a topic you want me to speak about, man, hit me up, man. So I'm at work right now. I have a lot of downtime at work, so I got time to talk about hoops, man. That's something I'm very passionate about. I like to think that's something I'm knowledgeable about, and so I definitely want to do that, man. So like, comment, subscribe. Keep that love going, man. I'm going to keep this content moving, man. So until next time, man, peace out.